Whoa, so big. My blood test did come back with something that wasn't right. This is the placement in my body, and as you can see, Bub's head is right above the bladder, which I'm really feeling all the time. Hey everybody, my name is Beck and thank you so much for tuning in to another bump date. I'm 29 weeks and 2 days and I have a obstetrician appointment today. So I'm going to go head into work and then I will pick up the camera and we can have a chat on the way up to my appointment. So I'll see you in 3, 2, 1. I have finished my work day and I'm going to head up to the doctor's now. I need to do a quick stop in because my doctor's birthday is after mine and this is my last appointment before her birthday. So I'm going to quickly stop and get her a present just to say thank you for all the years of care and stuff like that. It is so windy today and walking across the oval literally took my breath away. Okay, let's go. I have completely forgotten the fact that I haven't yet got my gestational diabetes results, so I will be getting them back today. I'm assuming because my doctor hasn't gotten in contact with me that it should be fine, and when my GP did get in contact with me, she said that it was a non-urgent appointment. So I'm thinking non-urgent means that everything is a-okay, because if I have had gestational diabetes for the last 3 weeks, I haven't made any lifestyle changes that would have helped both me and the bub. I'm just going to assume that no news is good news. I'm not worried about it at all, but that is something that I will get back today and I'll tell you how I'm going with it. Unfortunately, still with restrictions, Mick is unable to come to appointments. I really hope that before Bub comes, he is able to come to either a scan or an appointment or something. Now I do have a couple of spare minutes, so I'm going to quickly write in the birthday card and put the gift card voucher in. When I was speaking with my doctor, she was saying for Mother's Day all she wanted was a good bottle of wine. So I've given her a gift card voucher to go treat herself, and then I will go sanitize my hands and do my appointment. One thing I always have in the glove box is a pen, scissors and sticky tape, so that if I'm ever out and I need to do some sort of birthday present or gift wrapping, I am not stuck in the dark. The last thing I'm going to do is quickly write down some questions of things that I want to ask my doctor, because every time I go in there we get to chatting and then I forget to ask something and then I get back in the car and really regret not asking it. So I'm going to make some notes quickly and then I'll have to rush in for my appointment. With the hospital itself, would the girls be allowed to visit?
Not at this stage.
Yeah. Whoa, so big. Mick said it looked like Zoe on the last one. Oh, fat little cheeks. Oh. I'm trying not to move so it stays. It just looks so adorable. I am out from my appointment and I have some super cute pictures of Bubby. Oh, it has like the most fattest, adorable little cheeks. Look at that. There were a couple of things that I need to do between now and my next one. So I need to get my whooping cough vaccination so that Bub is protected for when it comes on the outside. and I need to go see the physio for my circulation and pelvic pain. So my doctor thinks it's related, which is fine. That should be an easy-ish fix, I guess. I'm just gonna call Mick and give him the update, and then I'm gonna pick the kids up from daycare. It has been a whole week since my last clip. I am officially 30 weeks pregnant, which is so exciting because it means I have 10 weeks to go, and that is just a really good number for my brain to be working with, because I feel like 10 weeks left is so real and so achievable. There was one thing that I left out of my obstetrician part, and that was the fact that my blood test did come back with something that wasn't right, and it was complete baby brain that I didn't include it, because it wasn't until I got home and I was chatting to Mick about everything that happened at my appointment that I forgot to tell him that my iron levels are really low. Now, I have been feeling quite tired, but the thing is, I work full time, I have 2 little kids, I do big days. I thought it was the same sort of tiredness that you get in your first trimester of pregnancy. I didn't really think much of it, I just thought I had to grin and bear it. But thankfully there has been a solution, and for the last week I have been taking some iron supplement tablets. So my obstetrician came up with a 3-step plan. She said the first part was just to get some over-the-counter tablets of iron and to try and get it with vitamin C because it helps with absorption. The second plan, if that wasn't going to work and my body was going to reject it, is that she could give me a prescription, and I have an appointment in 2 weeks time, so I'd pick it up then. Or my third option is that I'd have to get like an iron transfusion to just help my count get higher. But I am so relieved to say that my over-the-counter tablets have worked, which is so great. And these are the ones I've been taking. My obstetrician said that the hematologists have said that to take iron tablets every second day is actually really good with getting your iron levels up, so that's what she recommended. And it's also because one of the side effects of taking iron tablets is that you can get constipation. By following the advice of my doctor, I haven't had any side effects, which is so good, because when I was taking iron supplement tablets for Zoe, I was getting side effects, and so then I ended up just stopping because it wasn't worth it in my brain. I am really happy that I've had no side effects. My energy levels are rising, which is really good, because this week I went back to full-time work, being the start of term 3, and I could tell at the start of the week I was a bit tired because I don't think the iron had gotten into my system. By midweek it was so good that I had energy again, and then this morning I actually woke up refreshed, without an alarm, without the kids having to wake me up, and I haven't had that in such a long time. I can't even remember the last time that I woke up refreshed. Over this last week, my stomach has dropped, which is exciting, I feel. I don't know if that's a sign, because with Amira and Zoe, I carried them high the whole time, that this could be a sign that it is a boy, or it could be just the fact that this is my 3rd pregnancy in 4 years, and so maybe my body's just not holding them up the way that it used to. So stay tuned until September to see whether or not it is a boy, or if it's just having multiple babies. This last week I have been super duper emotional. I don't know if it's because it's going back to work and getting into the rhythm of life, but my emotions really have been quite high, which is slightly frustrating because non-pregnant Bek isn't as emotional, and there are times where I can't even help but I get like tears in my eyes, or I'll just get really sad. It's something that we're trying to do, because my anxiety has been a bit peaked this week, is Mick has bought me a weighted blanket, which I'm really excited that it's coming in the mail sometime this week, because weighted blankets are really good for like your senses and helping you to calm down, and I'm really excited to be able to have some good night's sleeps and to just feel rested, so that my emotions can be as regulated as possible, I guess, as much as you can when you're pregnant. The last change to my body this week is that my belly button is getting flat. I honestly feel like this is how I generally look towards the end part of my pregnancy, and so it is interesting that I have 2 weeks left, because I wonder how my body is going to change and adapt. Currently my pre-existing stretch marks aren't looking any worse compared to how they were while I was pregnant. I feel like fresh stretch marks are like that pinky kind of color. I am using my coconut oil to moisturize my skin, and being winter, it's getting dry and itchy anyway, and so it's a great reminder to moisturize my belly so that as my stomach is growing. I've noticed that I actually have stretch marks on my hips, which obviously are from previous pregnancies because they're that white skin color, but I hadn't noticed them. I think it's the beautiful thing about the human body is that when your body does retract back to its state after having a baby, you don't notice your stretch marks as much. I know that raw stretch marks, like especially after you give birth and they're the bright pink color, they are quite noticeable, and for me personally it did take a couple of months for them to settle down, but they get to a point where you don't even really notice them after probably a year. Getting on to Bub's development this week, it is becoming extremely active at nighttime. I hope this isn't a sign of things to come and that it's got night times and daytimes mixed up. I think I remember reading or someone telling me that when you're constantly moving and being active throughout the day, that puts baby to sleep because it's like rocking it, and so when you do lie down or sit down to do something, Bub wakes up because it's no longer getting that stimulation of being rocked. According to one of my apps, Bub is now the size of a button-up pumpkin, so 1.2 kilograms, and its length is 38 centimeters long, which is crazy because when I look at my body, I don't feel like I have 38 centimeters in my torso, which is the reason why I feel like I'm so pronounced at the front, because Bub just needs to work with the space at the front because there's nothing on the sides. According to Retro Toys, this is the same size as the Slinky Dog of Toy Story. I'm going to be using two apps today. The Baby Center app, I love their visual recreation of how Bub looks at this present time and their placement in your body so that, you know, seeing your stomach, you understand why it looks the way that it looks. And I love using the Ovia app for the hand and foot comparisons. So let's get right into seeing how Bubby has grown and developed this week. Bub is looking completely like a little baby, which I'm so excited for because I only was going through like Zoe and Amira's newborn photos last night, just walking down memory lane, and to see a picture like this of how Bub looks right now at 30 weeks reminds me and just helps me to relate to that newborn baby. It just is such a miracle to have this little life in my body, and the fact that it's looking like a human being, because when it first starts off and you're at 4 and 6 weeks pregnant, it looks more like a tadpole than it does a human child, and now it really is starting to flesh out and become that squishy little newborn baby. This is the placement in my body, and as you can see, Bub's head is right above the bladder, which I'm really feeling all the time. I love reading the fact that I only have 71 days left. It's really exciting. Today we picked up our brand new pram from the end of financial year sales. It was such a bargain. It's just that upgraded version of the pram that we bought when we fell pregnant with Amira. Amira's pram is obviously 4 and a bit years old and has been used to death, and so we thought because we'd like to have 4 kids, it would be really good to get a new one for the next 2 so that it will last. And I'm so excited to get it out and play with it. If you're interested in seeing the unboxing of our pram, then comment below and give this video a thumbs up, just so I know that's something that's of interest to you, because I really like seeing those sorts of things in reviews. I feel like the pram has really evolved from the pram that we originally got, and I think the features are much better in this current model that we've got. We also bought a ring sling, which I'm really excited to do baby wearing this way. I've seen it done with so many other mamas, and I love how easy it looks to get Bub in and out. I've got a Manduka, which is really good for that post 6-month age group, and for Zoe when she was a newborn, I had the long material that you would have to do all the intricate wrapping for, and it was just a bit too fidgety for me. I loved it and I used it all the time. Having 3 kids 4 and under, I really need fast, quick options, and I'm hoping the ring sling is the solution. If you have a ring sling, I would also love to hear from you about the things you love about it, things that you wish you knew about it. So could you also leave a comment below, just having a chat with me. And finally, I'm going to show you Bub's hand and foot comparison. Holy dooly, it has grown so much and it's so chunky, and just I love their chubby little hands and feet. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's double week bump date for my 29 and 30 week update. It has been really challenging not to find out Bob's gender this time round. I don't know why. I think it's because with the whole pandemic that's currently happening, I got confirmation from my doctor that we're not allowed to have any visitors, the girls can't come up. Michael's allowed to stay, but he gets admitted in with me and that's it. He's in with me for the duration of our stay. And because of that, I'm just a little bit anxious because we don't really have that many gender neutral clothes, but we have a whole heap of pink ones. So if it is a girl, we are set and golden, which is really good. But if this bub does turn out to be a little boy, then we are gonna have very limited clothing items, and it's probably gonna have to wear pink for a bit, which isn't a big deal, it doesn't matter. People all the time would get the gender wrong when Amira and Zoe were wearing pink, and they'd ask me how my son was going, or isn't he a cute little boy? It's not a big deal, but I am a bit, I want the surprise. I really do want the surprise, but at the same time, it would be nice to know the gender just so we can be a little bit organized. But I have done 30 weeks without finding, and I can absolutely wait 10 more weeks. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this update, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button if you haven't done so already to become part of our YouTube family and join us on this baby journey, because this parenting gig doesn't come with a rule book. We only have each other. And I'll see you in my next upload.